Tommy Rees, introduced as the offensive coordinator today, was asked the people that shaped his beliefs on the offensive side of the football.
In 2016, I got the job in San Diego with the Chargers. I walked into that job thinking I had a pretty good grasp on football. I remember being completely blown away by the knowledge that the coaches had. And I would say that year, from just a schematic football standpoint, really changed the way I looked at the game. And we had, Mike McCoy was our head coach, Ken Wisenhunt was our coordinator, Nick Sirianni was our wideout coach, Shane Steichen was our quarterback coach. There was a great staff of people around me that I really leaned into and learned from. And then, you add the stops along the way. I mean, certainly, being under Coach Saban and learning how he ran his program and how you do things day to day, how he looked at the game as a defensive coach, like the perspective I was able to gain from him was something I will value my entire life. And then I spent 9 years with Brian Kelly as a player and as a coach. So obviously there's things along the way that I picked up with him offensively. So I've been fortunate to be around a lot of great coaches, but I would point to the year in San Diego as one that really transformed the way I looked at football.
Let's welcome in Casey Kinnamon from the Orange and Brown Report, All Eyes on Cleveland podcast, and the Barking Browns podcast. And Casey, everybody who seems to come in contact with Tommy Rees thinks he's a young, bright mind, future head coach type. It's interesting. Sirianni and Steichen are two kind of hot young coaches that he was right on that level with them.
Yeah, his trajectory has been something. You watch how he comes in the league, and as soon as he got here, you could just hear the way people were talking about him as if it wasn't going to be for long, and they were saying he's a tight ends coach. But when you looked at his resume, he looked to be overqualified just to be a tight ends coach. And then you hear the rumblings this offseason that if Bill Belichick doesn't get that job at UNC, that's going to be Tommy Rees. That just shows you the way he must interview incredibly well and when he comes in contact with people, like you said, they just speak glowingly of him. And I think the Browns realized if they wanted to keep him in the building, it was going to have to be with a promotion and an OC title. So, it's pretty astounding how fast he's rose up the ranks. And I won't be surprised if, we fast forward 5, 6, 7 years and he is a head coach somewhere in the league.
Yeah, and let's hope so, because if that happens, that means the Browns got things going on offense without question. All right.